The thing with metal thefts is that it's very visual. It does have an impact on particularly the vulnerable and the elderly, particularly when we talk about churches, places of worship, other schools which don't have the financial cost necessary to readily replace it.
We were devastated because the children's centre had only just opened. We'd worked so hard to get a really lovely building, and then to come in and find the lead stolen off the roof was awful, and the staff just felt, how could somebody do this?
In 2008 there was a 95% increase in metal thefts across our neighbourhood area due to high demand from developing countries such as China. Metal theft was actually an easy win for criminals in the fact that they could steal the metal and actually get a quick return from that theft. The impact of these metal thefts were quite significant. We were having multiple reports on a daily basis of this crime, and it was really a volume crime. To address the problem, what we did first, we actually looked to see what else was out there, what else we could take and adapt and use, and not reinvent the wheel. However, when we looked, we found that there were no other solutions that were readily available that we could adapt and use locally. What we therefore decided to do is to actually employ the SARA model, which worked very well. Part of the SARA process is looking at the problem analysis triangle. We identified that actually the scrap metal dealers were potentially all three of that triangle. They were the victim by unknowingly taking in stolen metal. They're actually the offender by some actually taking in metals knowing they were stolen. And also that they were actually the location aspect, because that was where stolen metals was passing and being moved on at a profit turn from the theft. Therefore, the dealers was where we were going to target our responses. What we did, and therefore, was we identified that we need to actually engage with the scrap metal dealers, and that the best way to address it was for actually all the different agencies responsible to take responsibility and ownership for the problem. What we did initially was we implemented a test sell operation where we actually sold metal to the dealers using undercover officers. We soon found by doing that the dealers were not recording the required information, and we therefore sat down and drew up service level agreements as a set of standards how we can work together in partnership to address the issue. These service level agreements included things such as photo ID to be produced by people selling to the dealers, failing that, a thumbprint, and also by retaining CCTV for a period of 28 days that we can have access to it.
The system has worked, personally, I think. Now I get customers that come into me where words got around that this is what you got to do. I don't even have to ask for identification with a lot of people. The first thing they do is come up and give me their driving licence.
We managed to have significant results in actually catching offenders and prosecuting offenders within a short period of time. An example of this can be seen at Brookside School, where we had a theft recorded. Within 24 hours, we'd actually arrested the suspect because of the information that was provided by the scrap metal dealer.
The police were absolutely brilliant. Immediately they came along and they took it seriously. And we were amazed, to be honest, that it was solved so quickly.
We've got a very good relationship with the police. They actually do call in and inform us on material that has been stolen to try and keep an eye out for it as well. It does work very well.